Hi beautiful, I let Evelyn out of my sight for the first time in her 16 months of life, and I figured I need to take advantage of this opportunity. I already filmed the video. I'm about to film this makeup updates video for you because my drawer of makeup I am currently testing and trying is almost full, and I happen to have some time on my hands today. Every single one of these products has been now thoroughly tested multiple times, and I am back to give you my final update on it and whether or not I think it's a life-changing product, whether you can skip on it, etc. I of course listed all of these products for you in the description box below, and I even have timestamps down there, so if you want to skip around the video, check out the description box for the timestamp so that you can move around and skip on the products that you don't care about, because these videos tend to be a little bit longer. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take this out of here because this still needs further testing. This is a Patrick Ta eyeshadow duo. My first impressions of it, it is beautiful but extremely flaky. So with this one, I still need to do further testing. I'm going to just set it aside and let's get started with the products I have actually used a ton lately. I guess we might as well start with the Hourglass palettes. This year's Hourglass palettes were really good. My favorite this year is actually the Swan palette. I just really love the bronzer. It is not a new bronzer. It is the bronzer from the Evil Eye palette last year, but it is the best, or my most favorite I should say, Hourglass bronzer. It is cool tone, it has a natural finish, and it has the perfect amount of color and sculpting in it. I don't have to go back to it a bunch of times to build it up. It blends out beautifully. I love it. Also from this palette, I really love the finishing powder in both of the blushes that are in here. So this is the one that I have been using most, followed closely by the Deer palette. Now my only con with the Deer palette, because I love most of it, in fact this one has my favorite highlighter, my only con with this one is the bronzer because it's so light. I have to go back and dip and rebuild and go back and dip and build, and it gets tiring to dip your brush in a bunch of times in order for the bronzer to build to the level of intensity that you want. I can use it, I can make it work, I love it. It comes out beautifully at the end, but it's a lot of going back and forth and that annoys me. Besides that, the Deer palette, 10 out of 10. I love it. And so if you have a complexion similar to mine, I would suggest the Swan palette over the Deer palette. I also really loved the Horse palette. I did not purchase it because I already own all of the shades, but like the shades of that one put together in a palette make absolute sense, and it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. So if you don't have a large Hourglass collection, the Horse palette is definitely one you should consider. Lastly, this year's Fox palette is actually dark complexion friendly, so if you have a darker complexion, definitely check this one out. I have tried to make it work for me and I cannot, which is a fantastic thing because I shouldn't be able to make this one work. It is meant for dark complexions, and if you have a dark complexion, definitely check it out because I do think that this one will work for you. My only thing I could complain about for the Fox palette is that everything is so dark skin friendly. I do wish that the bronzer was even darker than it is, because I think it would be even better for darker complexions with a darker bronzer. Very happy with the Hourglass palettes this year. Super excited that I now have them in my collection and that I can continue to use them. The Sephora savings event is coming up very soon, so if you are a Rouge or a VIB and you want to get it with a 15 or 20% off discount, definitely pick your favorite and add it to your cart. I have a full detailed review on the Hourglass palettes so that you can get it with a really nice discount. Let's talk about the Anastasia eyebrow pens. These are a new staple for me. They are way past a new favorite product. These are a daily staple in my eyebrow routine now. I absolutely love them. I love how wonderfully small the strokes are with the new Anastasia eyebrow pen and how defined you can get your eyebrow hair strokes to look. With this one, I have not stopped using this eyebrow pen since I first bought it. Again, it's more than a favorite. It's currently a staple. I have added one more step to my eyebrow routine because of these pens, because I just think that the definition of the little hairs when you fill in your eyebrows makes all of the difference, and so I absolutely love these. I would highly suggest, if you're looking for a new eyebrow pen, that you try this one because it is fantastic. They used to have an eyebrow pen before this one and I hated it. This is what they needed. This is fantastic. Morphe brushes came out with these finishing powders, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with these because I think when I first applied them, they blur my skin beautifully and they're not super super noticeable on the cheeks. They kind of remind me a lot of the Hourglass finishing powders, how they kind of make everything look natural and blend it together, and they soften the look and they blur the skin. And so when you first apply these, it has that effect. But I do find, and it might just be that I have very dry skin, that after a few hours I can start noticing the powder on my face, which doesn't happen with Hourglass. So it is beautiful upon the first application, but after a few hours I just feel a little too powdery, a little too dry. And again, that might just be me because I have very dry skin. So I'm not sure if I could suggest these for you, especially if you have a dry complexion. If you have combination oily or normal skin, it might be worth the try because they are very affordable and they do look beautiful. But if you have very, very dry skin like I do, I would not go for these. I've now worn the Wonderskin Foundation a handful of times, and I gotta say I really like it. Is it my new favorite? No, only because it's a very natural looking foundation. So if you have discoloration you want to cover or dark spots you want to cover, you're not going to like this one because it's not going to have enough coverage. I have redness on my face that I like covered, and this one is a little bit under the amount of coverage I would want in a perfect foundation for me. With that said, there are lots of things that I love about this foundation. It looks extremely natural. It has a beautiful glowy finish and it dries down to a beautiful natural finish. It makes my skin look dewy and hydrated, not only upon first applying it but throughout the day. For days where I want to look natural, I don't mind a little bit of redness showing through, and if I do want to build up the coverage a bit to hide that bit of redness that shows through, I can just add a bit of concealer to the top of my cheeks right here, and that solves it for me. So it's not quite perfect for me just because of my redness, but if you don't have that as a concern, this might just become your new favorite product because it is really good. I really wanted to love this About Face bronzer right here. About Face is a brand that I have a lot of love for because some of their products have become favorites of mine throughout the years, and when I saw that they had a stick bronzer, I honestly thought that it could potentially become one of my favorite products. I do not like this bronzer and I am not recommending it to you. It might just not be my style of makeup honestly, but I don't like a bronzer that has a very glowy finish to it. I'd rather have a bronzer that looks more natural. This one is very shiny and I don't like that it is too blendable. Like you put it on and you see the pigment, and when you go to blend it in, it kind of disappears on the face and then you have to go back to build it up, and it's like a whole process. Every time I've used it I have felt the same. Yes, it looks very natural, but I would rather it to have a different finish and for it to just maintain some more of the pigment when you blend it. So unfortunately this one for me was a bit of a fail. Let's talk about the new colors of the Laura Mercier Under Eye Powder next. This is technically not a new product, it's just new shades of a existing product. I have loved the Laura Mercier Under Eye setting powder for years and years and years. It was my favorite setting powder back when I was working at Sephora for underneath my eyes, because a lot of the main setting powders on the market were more so catered to combination or oily complexions back then, and everything looked very dry and cakey on my very dry skin, but not the under eye powder from Laura Mercier. This one I've always been able to make work underneath my eyes, and so I'm very happy that they expanded the shade selection. They used to just have the invisible translucent powder for underneath the eyes, and now they have a peachy finish, they have this bronzy finish for darker complexions, and they have a pink under eye setting powder as well. I love brightening my under eyes and I love the slight tint of a pink or a peach powder for underneath the eyes, so I highly recommend these. These are lovely. They've always been an amazing powder, and so to have that bit of change that you can add to your under eyes, that brightness from the different undertones, is definitely amazing. So I love those and I highly recommend them. If you have a very dry complexion like I do, if you struggle with under eye setting powders because everything looks crusty or dry underneath the eyes, definitely give the Laura Mercier under eye setting powders a try because they are incredible. I have been loving this next product ever since I tried it and I cannot shut up about it. I'm talking about the Ravie Beauty Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. This moisturizer is so good. If you have normal to dry skin, you will absolutely love this one. It feels rich at first, but it sinks right into the skin. It makes your skin look supple. It is incredible if you have sensitive skin. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't really have a scent to it. If you like your moisturizer to feel a little thicker or heavier, which I do, you can layer it up beautifully and get that next layer of moisturization on the face. I love the way it opens and closes, and I have been enjoying this one to the point that it is top of my vanity. I'm using it constantly, so if you're on the market for a really hydrating moisturizer that is great for sensitive skin, definitely give the Ravie Beauty one a try. I have been a tubing mascara hater for as long as I can remember. I do not like tubing mascaras, and Sigma came out with a tubing mascara recently and I was like, I don't even know if I want to try it. My issue with tubing mascaras is simple. They can look as beautiful as they want to look, but if you're going to flake off and the mascara crumbles are going to be in my eyeballs and I'm gonna start crying, then it's not worth using you, right? So I am happy to report that this Sigma tubing mascara here has not done that. I have used it, I want to say probably 6-7 times now, and every time I've worn it, I have never had an issue of the mascara flaking, falling on my eyes. It's never been a problem with this one. The formula seems to be a little different than what I've tried as far as tubing mascaras are concerned before. And so if you're looking for a tubing mascara, you could check this one out. Does it give me the best lashes, the most long lashes, thick lashes ever? Not really. It's not the most volumizing or lengthening mascara I have tried. So I usually pair it with some falsies when I'm wearing falsies, and that works for me. But I do really like that it's easy to take off, and the fact that it is a tubing mascara that doesn't flake off is incredible. So I wanted to mention that. Do I recommend it? If you're interested, sure, why not? But it's definitely not a must-have. Let's talk about some lip liners next. I tried the Wonderbeauty Lip Liners in these 4 fall colors. I like these. I like the fact that they are very soft and very pigmented, and they are sharpenable pencils. All of that ticks my check marks when it comes to lip liners. Are they a must-have favorite product of mine now? Not really. From the colors I was sent, my favorite color is the shade Cocoa, and then the rest of them I just really don't see myself using that often, mainly because I wear nude lipsticks exclusively, and I don't necessarily even see Cocoa becoming the most favorite lip liner of mine. So these are just average, they're okay. One of my favorite lip liner formulas is the Anastasia lip liners. I am tired of recommending those to you guys. They are just the best, and they have some of the best shades. I have been using the shade Rosewood a lot throughout the fall season, and it is fantastic. Now they expanded their shades this fall. They have new fall colors out, and I have been trying them. They're honestly lovely. If you love a very dark vampy lip, the shade Amethyst might be for you. From the new shades they came out with, my favorite one is called Midnight Rouge because it's this beautiful warmish brown color. I love it, but I like to pair these with like a light nude type color. And then this other brown here, a bit more cool tone, this one's called Cinnamon. I've also really been enjoying. So Cinnamon and Midnight Rouge, my favorite from their shade expansion. And then I have been liking pairing these with a nude lipstick to soften the look, because that's what I'm kind of about. I have concluded that I like those shades from the Anastasia lip liners paired with other lipsticks that are not the new Anastasia fall lipsticks. And I do like some of these lipstick shades, but not with those lip liners. There is no combination of the new shades of lip liner with the new shades of lipstick that I'm obsessed with. I like to combine both things with different products. Here are the new 6 lipstick shades swatched for you, and I do have a favorite. My favorite is this one here. It's called Soft Haze, and I have combined this one with lighter lip liners than the ones I just showed you from Anastasia, and I much prefer that type of combination. With that said, I'm not necessarily reaching for the Anastasia lipsticks that often because I'm not necessarily reaching for matte lipsticks a lot these days. So my favorite thing about this launch is definitely the lip liners and pairing those with lighter color lip glosses rather than the matte lipsticks. Lots of lip liners to update you on this time, and the next ones are these right here. These are the Singe Beauty lip liners. My most favorite shade I got is this shade right here, which is called Brazen Birch, because it is a beautiful cool tone nude. Check it out right there. There was something unexpected when it came to these lip liners, and it's the fact that they're not super pigmented right away. And I will say at first it was a bit like a shock. I expected them to be more pigmented, therefore I was a bit disappointed by them. But the more I use them, and I have been using them quite a bit, the more I love them, because I'm enjoying the process of building them up. I'm enjoying the process of building them up around the lip in order to get definition, and then I really like the fact that they're not that pigmented to fill it in. So it's one of those products that at first I was like, I don't know if I'm liking it as much as I would want to like it, but then the more I use it, the more I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually really good. So yes, I do like these, in particular the shade Brazen Birch, and know that it's not super pigmented right away, but you can get it to look as pigmented as you want it to look. And I really love the fact that you can go a little lighter in the center of the lips with them. Lip liner is one of the things I use most these days. I'm not reaching for my lipsticks as much as I used to. I'm mostly combining lip liners with balms or lip glosses, and so I really like having a lip liner that's versatile. I have two main things to say about the next product I'm going to talk to you guys about. The first one is that I absolutely love it. The second one is that unfortunately, no matter how much I love it, I don't think it's worth the price. And I am talking about the Valentino lip balms. These lip balms are so good. They are so hydrating. I love the look of them. I love how they feel on the lips. They apply beautifully. I love them, okay? My favorite shade is the lighter one of the two. This one here, which as you can see, I've used quite a bit, and it is called, I guess 120R is the name of it. I really like it. It's kind of clearish with a hint of pink. The main thing is it feels incredible on the lips, and I'm enjoying them quite a lot, not having had to have paid for them because these were sent to me in PR. Now I'm conscious that if I were to run out of them tomorrow, I wouldn't go out of my way to go buy them again. So I'm not allowing myself to recommend them to you. If it's in your budget, go for it, but they're more expensive than they're worth in my opinion, no matter how much I'm enjoying them. This I tried a while ago. This was supposed to be in my last updates video, but it wasn't, because I told you guys I wanted to test it out further because I had seen some creasing underneath my eyes and I wasn't sure if it was the powder or the concealer. It was the concealer. This powder is incredible. It does not crease, it does not go away, it does not fade. It has a beautiful pink undertone. It's very affordable because it's a Sephora collection powder. This is a great one to get during the Sephora sale. 30% off of an already affordable price is incredible. So I would highly recommend that you get your hands on this one if you're in the market for a new powder. It is super thin. It reminds me a lot of the Danessa Myricks powder formula, which is my #1 favorite. My point is, I love it. I recommend it. It is a fantastic powder and it is an affordable price, and you should get it. If you want a powder, this is a good one to go for. Also, I really love the packaging of it. Comes with a little puff, and then you lift up this thing, and it has a very soft mesh in there that you can very easily pick up powder with. So 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I have been really loving this powder. It's currently one of the ones I'm using most. I'm using this one a lot. I'm using the Danessa Myricks one a lot, and I'm using the Mercier under eye powders a lot. Those are the three that I'm currently rotating through, and I love them all. Did not expect to love this as much as I loved it. I do not love it more than the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel, because the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel has better packaging. I love the spoolie applicator, and I love that I can very easily, like instantly, just leave my hairs exactly how I want them on my eyebrow with the Rare Beauty one. With this one, I have to fuzz with it a little more. I don't know if it's because of the formula or because of the packaging and the fact that I have to drag the silicone hairs across my eyebrow rather than a spoolie. I wish that the packaging had a spoolie, but I believe this is like 10 bucks. It is very affordable if you have stubborn eyebrows and you don't want to spend the $20 on the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel, the $19 I should say, on the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel. This could be a really good one to try. It definitely holds your eyebrow hairs in place. There's no questioning it. I like it so much that I could tell you if the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Gel did not exist, this could probably be my #1 favorite eyebrow gel on the market, because it has a very strong hold, and that is the main thing I care about. But the packaging of the other one, in my opinion, is better, and so for that reason this one is #2, but for the price is fantastic. It's almost half the price of the Rare Beauty one, and that is a huge plus. So if you're on a budget and you need a very high hold eyebrow gel, definitely get the brow glue from NYX. It's really good. I had one more lip liner to talk to you guys about, and it is the Merit lip liner. This is a formula I had not tried. I have mine in the shade Archibald, which is a beautiful, beautiful shade. It's this very cool tone, shiny shade right here. I like it, but I don't love it. I like this one to kind of fill in rather than to line my lips with. It feels more like a balmy lipstick than a lip liner to me. I much prefer the matte lip liners that are going to help me define my lips better. With that said, I do like it, but I don't think it's worth it. And it's me. I'm set in my ways. I like my lip liners to be matte and to be able to very sharply define my lips rather than this shiny one, which I feel like doesn't define them as good as I want them to be defined. It also doesn't last as long as those other ones. So for all of those reasons, I like it, but I don't love it. Only 4 more products to go. Let's talk foundation. I tried the Airbrush foundation from Charlotte Tilbury in a video semi-recently. Do I like this foundation for what it is? Yes. If you're looking for a full coverage matte finish foundation, this is a fantastic one to consider. Now, me personally, I'm not looking for a full coverage matte finish foundation. It is not the type of foundations I personally usually go for. Therefore, this is not going to be a favorite foundation of mine. If you for some reason have dry skin like I do, and you're looking for a full coverage matte finish foundation, maybe because you work for a ton of hours in a row and you need something that is going to stay put, maybe you have discoloration and you really need the full coverage. If that is you, then definitely give this one a try, because for a full coverage matte finish foundation, this one works great on dry complexions like mine. I really cannot complain about it. It works. But it is just not the type of foundation that I usually go for. So does it work? Yes, it does. Do I recommend it if you're looking for a full coverage matte finish foundation? Yes, I do. But you probably won't be seeing me wear this one often, because that's not usually the foundations that I go for. Now this one here is the type of foundation that I look for. This is hydrating, blurring, it is long wearing, it is a serum foundation, it is thin, it is long lasting, it has a natural finish when you first apply it. This foundation from Natasha Denona is incredible. I love it. I highly recommend it. I will say though, it is not my favorite foundation I have tried this year. I'm working on a video with my favorite products at Sephora that I have tried this year, and I ended up picking a different foundation than this one. This one is a close second though. You'll have to wait and see which one is my most favorite, but I will tell you the reason that this one was not my #1 favorite, and it is the fact that after wearing it for a very long period of time, 12 hours, 10 hours, way past the 8-hour mark, this only happens if I'm wearing this foundation 10, 12, 14 hours, which I have done, and it looks good. But after the first 8-9 hours or so, on my very dry skin, this one does look a bit more matte than I would like it to look. And so for that reason, because it kind of loses the natural finish of it after a bunch of hours, it's not the best one I've tried this year, because I don't ever want to look matte, not even after 12 to 14 hours, and I have tried another foundation this year that doesn't make me look matte ever. So for that reason, this one was my #2, but it is a fantastic foundation and I can wear it for very long and really love it, but after a bunch of hours, it does look a bit more matte than I would like it to. I still love it though. It's a fantastic foundation, and I know that if your skin is oily combination or normal, it is probably your #1 foundation this year, but because my skin is so extremely dry after many hours on me, it's not even looking dry, okay? It just looks more matte than I would like it to. I'm being very picky about the reason why this one isn't my #1 foundation of the year, but it's definitely up there. So do I recommend it? 100%. It is fantastic. Only 2 more products to go, and both of them are from Rhode Beauty. First, let's talk about the Rhode Barrier Butter right here. This is thick, it is rich, it is intensely hydrating, which you would think as someone who has extremely dry skin would be checking all of my marks, but I also happen to be someone who likes my moisturizers to be thick and rich but sink into the skin, and this one to me feels feels a little bit and not for long, a little bit suffocating. Okay, it's one of those that just kind of sits on the skin. Yes, it feels very rich and hydrating, but it also feels like an outer layer rather than something that is sinking right into the skin. And so my update on this one is, yes, I like it, and yes, I will continue to use it, but it's not my favorite. I don't love it. I'd much rather have something like the Ravie Beauty Moisturizer because it is rich, but it sinks into the skin. This feels a bit more like a mask. I'm considering using it exclusively as like a makeup prep step rather than my moisturizer on its own. I like it, but I don't love it. And do I recommend it? It depends on whether you like a thick moisturizer that stays on the skin for longer. If you do like that, then yes. But if you like something that sinks right in and that you don't feel on the skin, then I would not recommend this one. What I would recommend from Rhode is their blushes. Is this new? No, this has been around. People have been recommending these for years, but I had never tried them before. And now that they're Sephora, they're much easier to access. And so I got the shade Sleepy Girl. This is the color right here, and I have been really enjoying it. These look a little intimidating when you first swatch them, but they sink right in. The color kind of just disappears when you blend it in a little. And so for a blush, it looks very natural. I like the natural finish of it. It's not glowy. It almost has like a blurring property to it. And so I have really been enjoying this cream blush from Rhode. The color Sleepy Girl also is one that I really like because it's muted and it honestly goes with everything. So this I loved, and I do recommend. Everyone else recommended it before me. I'm aware that I am the last person on the planet to try it, but it is a good blush. Those are all the products I had to update you guys on today. I honestly thought I had more than I did, but I'm glad that we got through it because now I can clean up this mess and I have an empty drawer to fill with new products that I will be testing out very soon. If you guys like today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. I of course have every single one of these products listed and linked down below in the description box with timestamps. So if you're interested in any of these, please check the products in the description box below. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!